It was an average package, not too low, not too high, but it was average. But I was more determined to get a product company, so I settled for the package they were offering, because you have a room for improvement and that lateral growth. That is what I was interested in and what I feel happy to work every day.
Hello everyone. Today we have with us Anisha. She was also my batchmate, Computer Science 2020 batch, and she's also cracked Siemens Healthineers. And today she is here with us to share with us her interview experience. Hi Anisha.
Hello, Shashank. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. So we can start with the interview experience. How was the process from the starting?
Interview experience, it started with the online aptitude test. With it had both aptitude and technical as well, but everything was multiple choice. There was no coding round as such, but it had snippets of the code. And after that, we had two rounds of technical and one HR round. Um yeah, it was brief, and everything was in a single day. It was a long day to go. Yeah.
Okay. So how was the pattern of questions and difficulty in each of these rounds?
Pattern of questions, coming to aptitude, everything were mostly covered from the PALR classes and the Vikas classes. So be sure to attend those classes, and if you have taken those classes seriously, then it will be a piece of cake. It will be a cakewalk for you guys. So it the questions were not too difficult, but they were on a moderate to easy range. It had English as well, so be prepared with English, multiple choice as well, comprehension. Yeah. And it had a little bit of C sharp questions, but not to worry. Even I was not prepared with C sharp. If you had a good understanding of Java, then you could answer those questions. Coming to technical rounds, in the first round you will be asked like basic DSA algorithms. And when I say you will be asked algorithms, be prepared with an example. Like they will give you, they won't ask you to code or write a code or give a computer in front of you to code and execute the program, but they will ask you to explain that algorithm with an example. So you need to know that technique as well, like how many iterations, the basic sorting and searching. Yeah. And they'll ask couple of questions which test your logical reasoning skills. Like I'll give you a couple of examples on that. In my first technical round, apart from these DSA questions, they asked me, um, if you are given an acre of land, how many coconut trees could you plant there? Like it need not, there need not be one right answer for it, but you need to answer it logical. Like, what do you think? So if I consider this is the area that I could use for to plant one coconut tree, so in an acre of land I could plant these many. It's okay. There you need, it need not be right, or there is no right or wrong, but answer logically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the second technical round, yes, it was mostly focused on projects. Yeah, he and when you put something in your resume, when you put those projects, be sure to know about in and around them. Like, be 100% confident to explain those things, because they improvise it. Like for example, I had done image recognition of GTSRB data set, so traffic rules, signboard detection. So he asked me, where can this be used? I said, this can be implemented in the autonomous cars, vehicles. He said, okay, how does it recognize that I have to notice that this board is here? So, he asked us to improvise. Like, I might not be right, but I answered it in the other way. Like, oh, you could first use the object detection algorithm if there is a signboard, and then you could focus on that and check which sign is that. So this is how they generally twist around and ask to improvise your projects. And they ask a lot of puzzles, as I said, they asked some questions out of random, like what is the unit of measure of oxygen in the air?
Mm-hmm.
It's in, you can I can answer ppm or milligrams
Mm-hmm.
per liter or metric tons.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these general questions. Uh, but puzzles, you can prepare them from Geeks for Geeks, or yeah, you can find them in any
Mm-hmm.
famous websites like interview questions puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
I had one more technical round. For rest
Mm-hmm.
everybody, it was two, and I had three. In the third round as well, he asked more puzzles, more pattern solving, and it's like the puzzle he asked there was, you'll be given nine balls, like in a minimum number of ways. How can you find that one ball which is not same in weight? Yeah, like that. And yeah, more on other technical questions. He also asked touch upon DBMS, but very basics. All the
Mm-hmm.
technical questions in all three rounds were basics, nothing too advanced or something like that. Basics of the basics question. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they covered mostly programming, some of DBMS, views in DBMS, because I did a project on that. That's why the question came in. I could not. I can say there were not much questions on OS, no, but not networking for sure. Yeah. Yeah, coming to
Okay.
HR, HR was a just usual conversation. Like he just asked me if I had any questions for him. Are you interested in higher studies? Yeah, that you can just avoid that question, like by answering in a different way. Like if you know the company is ready to uh,
Mm-hmm.
along the work, if they are ready to sponsor, so, or if I have get the opportunity to work alongside, then that would be great. You can choose to answer it in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like we can say instead of saying no to that, we can say yes to like I'm focused more on getting corporate experience for now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can say that.
Hmm. Okay. I think we can move to some commonly asked questions now. Does CGPA
Yeah,
matter for Siemens?
CGPA was it matters initially to get eligibility for an online test. Yeah, after that, your CGPA doesn't really matter. It all depends on the way
Okay.
you present yourself in the interviews.
How was the question difficulties as the rounds progressed from aptitude to final rounds?
Uh, it was still moderate to easy, like nothing advanced as such. The difficulty level increased by a bit. It started like they made us feel easy in the first rounds, and then they started cross questioning on the project, like I said, and it bit a little more to moderate side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what all factors go into making a higher call for interview? Is it just about solving the given question or problem solving, or other things like soft skills, etc., are taken into consideration?
Definitely in an interview, they will. It's not only about answering the questions they ask. It's also like how you answer. It's okay if you don't answer a couple of questions. It need not be right, but the way you say it, the way you represent yourself matters a lot, and your soft skills also matters. Yeah.
Right. Does programming language matter for Siemens?
uh, Programming, they don't really check how you write the code. In my experience, they did not ask me to write any code or something like that. But program, the logic matters, how you write the program, but language doesn't matter. They will give you trainings as you come on board. Like if you don't know that certain particular language, they will train you, give you trainings to learn, but be thorough on logic.
What suggestions do you have for candidates before the interview? If, let's say 2 3 days are there.
Truth, when there is truth, it is, yeah, brush up on your basic algorithms, like searching, sorting, DSA, linked list, all those OOPS concept. Yeah, OOPS concepts is a must. Uh, and you need to answer, like if they ask anything more into that OOPS concepts, like explain it well. You need to explain those things well. uh, and puzzles, please focus on puzzles as much as you can alongside. Yeah, you will be asked a lots and lots of questions, uh, especially puzzles.
So, any suggestions for candidates when they are during the interview?
During the interview, just be calm. I think the interviewers also will put you to ease as indigo. Don't worry, just be calm, but remember one thing. No, don't say, if you ask a question, like don't say no directly. At least be near to the answer and keep answering. Don't beat around the bush, but say something at least a little near to the answer, something related to the question.
Does it have to be flawless?
It need not be flawless. I myself stumbled a lot while answering questions. Yeah, they will know if you are nervous. Just try to be calm, and it's okay if you don't know the question. That's all right. You need not to answer all the questions they ask. Yeah, but have a smile, have a good attitude. That's all that matters.
Does interview have to be flawless?
The interview need not be flawless. It's okay if you could not answer all the questions on point, but at least try to give a appropriate answer, at least near to it, instead of directly saying no, I don't know the answer. Give your best to answer it.
What suggestions you have for after interview?
It's well and good if you could crack the interview and get a company of your dream, but don't be disheartened if you couldn't. There are ocean of opportunities that you can find. I myself had faced a lot of rejections. uh, I was not happy at that phase, but I kept trying. Perseverance really matters, and yeah, eventually you will end up having a good company.
Yeah. So it's important to like work on our shortcomings from the failure experience and work on those.
Yes, definitely. So instead of being depressed of your because of your rejection, try where did you really go wrong and find that point and try to improve on that more, so that it really helps in your forthcoming interviews.
Right. So any other pro tips you want to share?
Pro tips, yes. I want to also throw the light on this point. Like, keep your resumes really neat and clean. Don't throw anything and everything into it. Yeah, just keep it on point. Like, don't mention all the random things that are not necessary. Uh, it will be good if you could mention the projects in the resume, depending upon the companies that you are interviewed for. Yeah, so they will be more interested to know, and you could that is one thing. You could kill the time in the interview. You will be confident on those projects, and you will be impressing that particular interview by giving an impression that you know more about those topics and you could work with them easily. And puzzles, yes, definitely. Look for more puzzles as much as you can, because till date, even I'll be getting a puzzles now with from my managers to solve couple of them every week or so, periodically. So it is an integral part of the company. You They will keep testing your reasoning, logical thinking. Yeah, so as much as you can be exposed to those puzzles, so you will have an upper hand when you will be asked those questions. You could answer them instantaneously, and you might impress the interviewer.
Okay. So any suggestions for mindset, how to be confident in interview?
Mindset and interviews, yeah, be if you are good with basics, just walk in with a good mind, have proper breakfast, or have good food. Don't be too stressed, because the interviewers are also humans. They will get to know if you are nervous. uh, that's okay, they will not judge you, but they will surely make you feel at ease. And just be spontaneous when you answer. And please don't lie in the interviews. They will
Mm.
catch hold of you if you are doing so, because they'll be doing interviewing most of the people for a very long time, and they know. Yeah, just be spontaneous, have a smile on your face. Your attitude really matters. Yes.
Okay. Any other funny incidents or anything you want to share that you had?
Funny incident, yeah, like everybody had two technical rounds and one HR, but while I completed two technical rounds, I was waiting for HR, but I was called in for another technical round. So I was not prepared. I was mostly preparing for my HR round, and technical came out of sudden. So when I went in, yeah, I was again asked more puzzles, a couple of other technical things, and at last when he asked me to calculate the complexity and how many iterations, like I went a blank, like answered to. He asked me what would be the value of 2 power 8. So I stumbled upon there, and I was so nervous. I was not prepared for that technical round. uh,
Mhm.
I said a wrong answer.
Hmm.
That was a very silly mistake from my end, but yeah, he understood that I was nervous and I was not ready for it. Yeah, I answered a wrong question, and then he gave me a time to think, calculate, and then answer
Hmm.
correctly. So it's okay. Silly mistakes happen. They will understand if it's a genuine reason. Yeah, this
Okay.
is one thing that I could share.
Anything else, like, or anything you had to sacrifice to obtain what you have, and any important lessons you learned along the way?
From the beginning, I was clear that I want to end up having a product company. But it was an average package, not too low, not too high, but it was average. But I was more determined to get a product company, so I
Hmm.
settled for the package they were offering, because
Hmm.
you have a room for improvement and that lateral growth.
Hmm.
That is what I was interested in, and what I feel happy to work every day.
Hmm.
uh, yeah, that's fine. But now, once you enter the company, you'll get hikes, bonus, you'll get allowances. I'm happy where I am right now. Yeah.
Got it. Nice. And how was your onboarding, internship, and work from home experience?
Onboarding experience, yeah, coming to that, I was onboarded in Siemens Jan 2020. Initially they gave us uh, stay for a couple of weeks, to find a place and then stay. It was I did not really work in the company for long. Within a month, everything, there was a lockdown and we have to shift back to our places. But we had a very good onboarding. We got to go around the factories and know the products in detail, and it was a 3-day onboarding. We got introduced to all the places in the building, the products. We got demos of all the things that have been developed and are under development. Yeah, it was good. Then coming to full time, after joining full time, you'll give before, if you don't know those technologies, you will surely get the trainings. Not to worry, you will be trained for it. Everybody will make you comfortable here. And talking about allowances, yes, they also provided uh, a work from home setup allowance, and a couple of other things as well. Like working in COVID, they also paid a bonus that year, and you keep getting yeah, periodically to appreciate the employees. One more thing, yeah, coming to the company where it is based, we have a recreational room, and we have a gym facility. We have a canteen where you get food, two South Indian meals, North Indian meals, and some non-veg as well. So everything in a subsidized rates. But during an internship, we got food and commute for free. So yeah, it is that's also a added point. Like you feel good, nothing to worry. You'll get your meals in a very subsidized rates.
Yeah, I think that's all we had planned for this session. Thank you, Anisha, for being with us.
Thank you, Shashank. It was great.